Hello! It's my first YouTube video. If you guys were just on my live, I made a little list of videos that you guys want to see, and workout videos was top one. So I'm going to use this ball. I'm also going to be using a yoga mat to protect my lower back and knees. Once you have those two things, let's get into it. Also, do what you will with these exercises. They're lighter movements, so you can either add them to your routine or just do them on their own as maintenance. First, we're starting with these pigeon drops. These are good for your piriformis to stretch it and strengthen it. We're going to do 8 to 12 on both sides, right and left. We still want to make sure we have good form even in the warm-up, so keeping our core tight and our chest proud and our spine is nice and long. Next, we're doing these oblique squats. Again, keeping our core nice and tight. This is strengthening our piriformis more than stretching it. And again, we're doing about 8 to 12 on both sides. When I'm doing this exercise, I like to keep my arms up in a prayer position, and I'm thinking of all of my weight in that front leg to really help me get up off of the ground. The goal is to get your booty as close to the ground as possible without putting it all the way down. The warmer your hips get, the more range of motion you'll have. I have slight hip issues on my left side. So you'll see here when I go down, I'm not going down as far, but as I continue to warm up, I start getting lower and lower each time. Just make sure your core is always tight and you're hinging at the hips, trying to get lower and lower to the ground without actually touching your booty onto the ground. Stunning! Next, you're gonna grab your ball and you're gonna wedge her right in between your knee. Flex that foot a lot and squeeze into the ball until you feel that activation in your leg. We're making sure that when we reach the highest point in this donkey kick, that our knee is in line with our hip. I'm doing at least 8 donkey kicks on each side, but pushing for 12. I'm continuing to think belly button to spine, really squeezing into my glute, flexing my foot a lot, imprinting that foot on the top of the ceiling. And now we're pulsing up, really striving to keep that knee in line with our hip and really flexing the foot, imprinting it on the ceiling. We really want to feel that glute activation. Now we're going to start our fire hydrants. Again, we want to keep our knee in line with our hip. If you feel any popping or uncomfortability, lower the knee. If you can only go this high, just make sure you're squeezing your glute and not using your hip. Pulse again for 8. Again, I'm keeping my foot really flexed and keeping our spine nice and long this entire time. Put your ball down with that same working leg up to a 90-degree angle again. We're going to straighten it. Thinking of imprinting that foot on the back wall, back up to the ceiling, and down to your neutral position. We're going to do 8 reps on each side. Keeping your gaze at the top of your mat, not looking to the side like I am. Do not copy me. Once you finish your 8, you're going to keep that leg out and straight, pulsing it up, keeping that foot very flexed, squeezing from the glute. It's a very small movement, but man, that bitch should burn, baby. Keep pulsing. 3, 2, and 1. Take a rest, stretch it out, and get ready for the other side. Wedging that ball in the back of your knee, flexing that foot and squeezing until you feel activation. And we're doing our 8 full range donkey kicks in 2-hour pulses. We should be feeling this in our glute and our hamstring. And if you're feeling it in your supporting leg, that's okay too. Just making sure we keep that gaze at the top of our mat. My gaze should just be a little bit higher so I'm not cranking my neck. I'm totally just realizing that I didn't do the fire hydrants on the left side. So pause this video right now, do your 8 fire hydrants and 8 pulses, and then come back. Okay, love you, bye. Once you're done with those, you're gonna put your ball down and we're gonna do our donkey kick kickbacks or whatever they're called. Remembering our cues, keeping that belly button to spine, imprinting our foot on the ceiling and on the back wall, and keeping the length in our neck. You also want to try to keep your hips in line. So if you start to feel your hip creeping up, try to keep it down in line with that opposite hip. Also remember to breathe, using our breath to help us exert in the exercise. Finishing out our pulses for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. For this next exercise, we're going to be laying down on the ground, grabbing our ball again. Always remembering our belly button to spine so we're not arching that back. Lay down on the ground, thinking of that same belly button activation. Arms are to your side, legs are straight up, feet are flexed and turned out. We're doing 8 slow, controlled reps, squeezing the ball in between our inner thighs, controlling the movement in and controlling the movement out. Once you're finished with those 8 reps, we're going to turn the feet in so that they're parallel with each other, thinking of turning in from the hips and doing 8 nice, slow, controlled reps with the feet turned in. Same exact movement that we did before, only difference is our feet are parallel instead of turned out. Once you finish those 8 reps, we're going to pulse for 8. Once you finish your 8 pulses, go ahead and take a little rest, adjust your ball if you need to, take a sip of water. Once you're finished, lie back down, ball back in between your legs. During this set, we're going to be rotating our legs in and out. As you're turning your feet out, think of rotating from the hip. So we're rotating, squeeze, rotating, squeeze, rotate and squeeze, rotate and squeeze for 8. If you start to shake, that's a great sign. Don't be afraid of the shake. Once you finish your 8 rotations, we are resetting back on the ground, belly button to spine. Place the ball back between your legs, and we're gonna finish out with pulses. Pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now turning our feet out and pulsing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the burn. Ah! Ah! Laying down on the ground again, we're crunching up without straining or cranking our neck, grabbing our ball and scissoring our ball through our legs. You know what I mean? Threading the ball through our legs that are scissoring. We're going to do these for a long time, pretty much till burnout. Try to at least do 16. Continuing to breathe and squeeze. As you squeeze, you breathe. Trying to relax our face and our neck as much as possible. Shake it out after you're done with your burnout. Good job, babes. Now we're going to go into our tabletop position. Toes are pointed. Ball is in the palm of our hands. We're extending out and replacing the ball in between our ankles. Lengthening out again and exchanging the ball back into our hands. So ball is going into our hands and extending up into ankles and extending. And what are we thinking about? Belly button to spine. Not arching our back. Not cranking our neck. We're breathing. And we're burning. And you're done, babes. Man, I'm so proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. Go admire yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did great today. Good job. Thank you guys so much for watching my first official video. And make sure you subscribe and like and let me know how much you love it so that it motivates me to make more. Okay, I love you guys so much and I hope you feel good. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time.